Welcome, folks, to the Bluegrass Sports Network. I'm Bo Craycraft, joined tonight by Coach Ben Hall-Valpenheim. I think I did okay on that.
Yeah, not bad.
We are at Great Crossings for the nightcap of Region 11 semifinal night. For those of you that were with us earlier this evening, we saw Lexington Catholic come out pretty quickly, Coach BJ, and they Great Crossings new to the regional, first trip or second trip ever.
Second year in existence.
Second year in existence, but ran into the buzzsaw known as Lexington Catholic. They came away with
I know a thing or two about that place.
I'm sure. And they came away with a 6-1 win, and now we turn our attention to see who they will face on Thursday. It'll either be Henry Clay or Lafayette, and this is setting up to be quite a game.
Oh. I'm excited. Obviously, our programs had the pleasure of training a lot of these kids, seen them come up for a long time, and Lafayette. I've been around a lot of these kids for so long, almost 3 years, and just seeing some of these kids come through and how they've grown, and same with Henry Clay. A lot of young talent on the field, a lot of older players. So I'm excited to see some of the leaders and some of the new talent coming in.
Well, speaking of your program, we're very thankful for GS Footbox and your team for helping us put this on this week. I know you're invested in the soccer community of Lexington, and so we're very thankful for your support. Very thankful that you're here tonight to give us some soccer knowledge, because sometimes we struggle on the BSN with that, but very thankful. We got to see Lafayette play Saturday night. They got an opening round win over Western Hills. Tremendous team, but this is a new territory for them and Coach Roden. She's been in a rebuilding process, and first year back to regions in I think 15 years. While Henry Clay is trying to get back to the final. Last year they lost to the eventual champions Lexington Catholic on this night, the semifinal night. So one team's been here, done that, been very close. Another team is new, but Lafayette got a win in the regular season 2-1. So these two teams, the matchup could be tight.
Yeah. I think that gives us a lot of excitement to watch for, and
they're getting ready to do a couple announcements here and naming some of the teams. Do you want to, real quickly, before we get to the national anthem, maybe highlight a few key players from Henry Clay?
Yeah, so, some of the players that stand out to me, obviously you've got Addie Kinney, Addison Kinney there. She'll be number 5. She's got quite a few goals for the team. You've got Haley Flynn leading the team in goals. So I've had the pleasure of working with those players at young ages, and they've come up together, and now they're both playing, if I'm not mistaken, both are at Lou City. And so it's a fantastic little duo between them, really. And I go down the list here, and you've got some good depth. You're looking at some good players here. So
well, I talked to one of their assistants. They said they're back 4. They're going to open up in a 4-4-2. They said one of their strengths is their back 4.
Yeah, I look at a player like Ellie Stovall. She's been there for a while, and I think they've got a good, like I said, a good strong team here.
On the other side, Lafayette, they also have a couple of very nice players, club players. We got to see a young lady, Brooke Dahlhair, on Saturday. She put on a show for us, had a couple goals. I know she's at Lou City as well.
Yeah.
But Kristen Gamble, Ella Abraham, both nice players. Hoping to get this.
Those are going to be your senior talent here, your upperclassmen. So they're gonna give you something. Sarah Hall is another one. Real workhorse of a player. Campbell Tippy. You get into the Lily Simpsons. I mean, you've got some really good talent here as well.
So you can see on screen there, they're going through starting lineups. In this COVID world that we live in, everything looks different than it did in past. Normally, if you would come to one of these games, you would see a walkout led by the officials. But in order to try to limit the touches between the two teams, they do this independently. So you can see Lafayette has put a little – it feels more like a basketball game. They're running through the huddle there.
Coming off the bench.
But you can see they're getting the name of their starters. We have a minute and a half left on the clock. I think we will take a break. Probably have the national anthem, and then we'll be back for the first 40 We appreciate you joining us on the Bluegrass Sports Network.
Running a business takes a lot of focus and dedication. Keeping up with the ever-changing tax laws and keeping up with all the numbers behind your business, while necessary, can cause distraction and even a little anxiety. That's where Charles T. Mitchell, certified public accountants, come in. They've been helping local businesses run smoothly since 1964. They've got the experience and quality you deserve, and they'll put your mind at ease. Taxes, accounting, and assurance services for your business. Charles T. Mitchell, CTMCPA.com.
When we made the switch to traditional bank, it was so easy. We're treated like we are the biggest client that traditional has. They're our neighbors, they're in our community, they're with us side by side. I'm Patricia Knight, Vice President of Finance and Operations with Visit Lex, and we're a community partner of Traditional Bank.
Lexington, to view a variety of training options.
Your first class is free.
Make goals, break goals at Goal Station Footbox.
All right, folks, we're back. You can see the official referee crew. I think that's Justin Jett on the center tonight. I don't know all the officials, but we got a good crew. They did the first game as well. Very thankful for the officials. You know, there's been a shortage with the COVID, but also just a shortage, and there's fewer and fewer people doing it. BJ, I know you're a referee at the MLS level, so I thought I heard you saying you're heading to Salt Lake in a couple of days.
Yeah, I'll be in Salt Lake City on Saturday for a match.
That's better than the Minneapolis that you were at on Sunday.
Yeah,
it was a little cold.
Minnesota, Houston was a little cold. So, but no, I've been here. I've been in these guys' shoes and been in the coaches' shoes. Worked with West Jessman coming through their Final Four. So been in all areas of this game at the high school level.
Well, it looks like Henry Clay will get first touch tonight. That's Addison Kinney there standing over the ball. You can see Ella Abraham here on the left side. She's flanked on the opposite side there by Kristen Gamble for Lafayette. And the whistle blows, and we are underway here in our nightcap second semifinal between Henry Clay and Lafayette for a trip to the Regional Level 11 final on Thursday night. Thank you for joining us on the Bluegrass Sports Network. Early touch there from Alexandria Meade, the goalkeeper for Henry Clay. I apologize, Lafayette. This is Piper Schweider, left back here. They play a 3-5-2, Lafayette does.
It's a great slotted ball.
And, you know, against a 4-4-2, with that extra man in the midfield, if that back three can hold it together, you're going to see an extra man in the midfield. They might be able to create some passing lanes there. Ball just bouncing around here. That's a good ball through.
This will be Addison Kinney.
This is Addison Kinney, and she's through, but that last touch just let her down.
It's a great defensive play there by the last touch actually came off the defender there.
Well, she got a little toe poke in there. Okay, so apologize for that. It looked like Flynn Kinney was in behind.
Yeah.
So
almost looked like a little mistake there early on from Lafayette in their midfield. Just got a little too spread out, and then the back line just got a little just not together almost. It was an easy touch to get through from midfield for Kinney.
I think that was Sarah Hall that got that touch. She's the number 8. She's a senior center back, a center back's the centerpiece of that back three.
Abraham battling with Margaret there.
Comes out for a Henry Clay throw-in.
I'm interested to see how Kristen Gamble puts Henry Clay's back line under quite a bit of pressure tonight. She's notorious for speed, work rate. I think it's going to be a tough challenge for the back line. For Henry Clay's going to have to really match that challenge tonight.
That was Grace Plummer with the throw in there for Henry Clay. These first few minutes is always kind of, both teams are filling themselves out. They don't want to really give up anything too easy.
A little congested to this side, starting to open out for Lafayette now. But everything stayed on this. If you split the field in half, it stayed on this side.
Yeah, and that was Dahlhair trying to play Abraham through.
It's going to be important for Lafayette tonight to find Dahlhair a lot. She's notorious for facilitating a lot through the midfield, and when you can get the ball on her foot and she can find target players, it's going to be a real big success for Lafayette. And I think the same goes for if Henry Clay can find their midfielders here in Haley Flynn, number 13. It's going to be impactful for them. She's pretty calm and composed
right there
on the ball, but early turnover by her.
Good step there from Dahlhair, but out for a Henry Clay throw in.
You can see some of those nerves coming out. I mean, look at how
it's very congested, very erratic right now. I think they'll find their breath here in a minute and find their feet and settle down. It's a big game.
Yeah.
A lot of emotion here in these early moments. Touches are a little bit more trampoline-y than they would like.
Here's where Kristen Gamble's got to come into the game, hold the ball up. This is where a little bit of leadership comes into play.
Trying to get a good look at, that was a good cutback, looking for Abraham. That was Sarah Hall from that center back position. You can see there's Lafayette with their first little combination of passes there. Big clearance, and that's Kenny putting pressure. Number 19, Lafayette. It's Kayla Moore playing on that right side of that back three.
I think we're seeing how important Elizabeth Hunley is in the back for Henry Clay there. She's intercepted a couple early ones. I think she's going to have to really find Kenny's feet or find that slot behind Lafayette's back line. They're getting caught pretty high, so you're seeing a couple early chances just to get in behind the back line of Lafayette. But I've liked what I've seen from Elizabeth Hunley so far in these first few minutes.
Well, we talked about it Saturday when Lafayette played Western Hills. On that back three, you're susceptible to that big switch field. Mm-hmm. Because, with three in the back, you're a little bit more narrow at times. So we'll see if Henry Clay can. They definitely have the speed out there with Kenny to challenge the Lafayette back three.
Takes a lot of discipline to play that formation as well. I think you've got a great leader in Sarah Hall in the middle of it.
Absolutely.
It's a quick break. Dahlhair on the ball.
She's got Abraham to her left. She cuts inside. Good ball there. Still trying. Is that number 10?
This is 10. That's Grace. Nope, that's not Grace Plummer. Is that Layla Confide?
Keepers out for
Lafayette.
10
for Lafayette is Layla Confides there.
Here's a replay. You can see just a little too much on that through ball. Keeper quick off her line, covers up.
She's putting the back line under a lot of pressure there, Addison Kinney. This gives us a little bit better idea of the shape of Lafayette now.
This is Tippy. She plays kind of that outside mid on that in that center.
Another young
blocker
player for
five.
Lafayette.
It's Brooke Byrne on the opposite side there defending for Lafayette. Collected there by Meade. Early on, it feels like Henry Clay applying a little bit more pressure, had a couple half chances there.
I'd say they're down in the possession percentage right now, but they're certainly getting a little bit more direct.
This is Tippy out wide. Was looking for Abraham, but just in front.
Really important for Lafayette to get their shape early.
Hey, Laney, I would stay a little bit wider.
It's a good combination play here for Lafayette. They're being patient, swinging it through the middle, getting it out wide. Really like how they're finding number 12.
I think this is this Gamble looking for Abraham. Ball gets through to Tippy. She couldn't quite get a touch on it. That was Mackey, I think, Olivia Mackey trying to.
Really like the style though that they're going for. Being patient. You know, I think it was very easy for Gamble if she wanted to turn and go there, but she's laying it off, allowing a little bit of build-up play. Here you're seeing Lily Simpson making an appearance for the first time in a while.
And this is, Saturday we thought we might see her. She's coming back off some ligament issues in her ankle. Talked to Coach Roden before the game. She said, this is a tough game to come back off of a break.
Yeah,
but she was going to try to get her some minutes. She's a difference maker for them when healthy. She's scored several goals, in half a season. She's still one of their leading scorers.
She's a great attacking player. And here she is. She's going to get an early on touch. Good.
Doesn't look like she's too worried about that injury.
Nope. Putting her body on the line.
All right. See who's going to take this throw in. Schwader, my bad. Apologize for that. That's Dahlhair trying to do a little flick header. One touch into the box there. That was Abraham.
Almost unexpected.
There's Kenny making that run in behind.
This is what you don't want her to have, is a lot of space. She is very, very fast, and again, it's another great example. Every time she's involved, it's putting this back line in a 50-50 situation almost. And
yeah, that's twice she's got in around. Her touch was a little bit firm on that one, so it rolls
I'm waiting
out.
For the ball to really hit her feet to where she has a chance, and it's not so much of a 50-50, because that's going to be where I think she's going to make them pay. I think Lafayette's going to have to do a better job in the back line, just giving her a few more yards, dropping off a little bit sooner. Because, with the likes of Sarah Hall in the back, she's going to be able to, try to stay with her, but that's not what a center back wants to be doing.
It's a good step there. That's Tippy. She's got Dahlhair in the middle.
Good take here.
She's going alone, takes an early shot, and it deflects. Somehow it does not go into the goal.
Wow.
Here's a replay of this. You can see Tippy cuts it inside.
Takes the space here.
She didn't get quite what she wanted on the shot, but it took a bit of a bounce, and somehow Henry Clay, by the crossbar and the post, remains tied at 0-0.
It's the importance of taking chances. I love seeing players take strikes from outside the 18, and she took a lot of space there. Love that.
Zoe Tinch there needs to go give that crossbar and the post a little bit of a touch.
A little bit of love.
This is Hicks. I think she just entered the game on that right side for Henry Clay. She will take the throw in.
Catalina Hicks, yep.
Hunley was checking two there.
Had the pleasure of working with 14 there for Henry Clay. Margaret, she's a very composed player, very calm on the ball, very good role player.
This is Kenny again, trying to just battle her way through that back three. Lafayette clears for a throw. You can see Hicks is prepared to take the throw in. We got a little substitution here.
Making an early sub. I'm interested. I know Lafayette's been able to get down this wing, but
this is the substitution here, taking the throw in, number 15, Zent.
Emma Zent.
She's, I think, going to play that right back position, just behind Hicks.
That's where I think Henry Clay is going to have to do a little bit better job. You're going to see this spark a counterattack potentially. Got to be able to keep possession there.
Hunley had time, but just decided to go one touch.
As I mentioned before, she's finding herself in good spaces to intercept. This is a great through ball there.
That was Gamble that Gamble that chases down the loose ball. Tried to get across.
Tippy on the loose ball there.
Oh, you're right. That was Gamble that played her the ball. Tippy's had a couple opportunities here early. She's found some space.
Seems like they like to play into that point position and then find their wingers. There's a big difference right there early on with the way Sarah Hall just kept that ball for their team to get in possession versus giving it right back into Henry Clay.
Going with Tippy again. She gets around the corner, but
she's being a difference maker right now.
She is definitely causing problems, and I think she's going to earn a throw-in. Yeah. She does.
I'm impressed with a freshman talent there coming in a big moment.
They have
for a team that hasn't been here in a while, and
they have several freshmen that are difference makers.
Love it. And you know, she's not necessarily going to be the biggest, most physical player, but she's putting her body on the line. She's getting in there. She's holding the ball. She's keeping the ball. She's going 1v1. I really like what I'm seeing from her.
Fides trying to maintain possession. This is
Kenny's feet.
They've got a player out wide there. Can they play it to her? They look, and that is a good ball in.
Great ball by Haley Flynn.
Shot on target. Good save. Second attempt, I think, was blocked, and
we're going to see a corner
out
kick
for a corner kick. Let's see this replay here. Initial save was well done. Tried to be cleared there by Moore.
I'm really impressed with the maturity there by Haley Flynn on the ball. You had a player in an offside position, and she chose to outdo that ball and win against it with the wide player there. I didn't catch the number, but it's a great ball.
That was a wonderful ball. And
good save by the keeper.
Yeah.
I mean, she hasn't seen a lot of action yet, but
no, and that was a decent angle. She held her ground. Yeah. More substitutions. I'll tell you, Henry Clay has added. They've substituted pretty freely here in the first 15 minutes. Corner kick.
Looks like it's off a Henry Clay head.
Deflected wide for a goal kick. In that first game, we saw two beautiful corner kick goals from Lafayette, both from Olivia Bretz, just dropping dimes on Scanlon's head. It was really beautiful. Sorry, Lexington Catholic. Apologize for that. Just misspoke.
Ella Abraham putting pressure. Don't have a number on that far.
Yeah, I was trying. I can't quite see. It's on the far side of our press box view, and it's a little overcast and kind of foggy tonight. It's a little tough to see at points.
Looks like number 8 for Henry Clay on that far side. That's Ellie Dyer.
I think she's the one that maybe had that attempt on goal.
Yep, that was your player.
So I would say both teams have had what I would call good chances. Still remain 0-0. Not quite halfway through the first half here. Region 11.
You see Lily Simpson get onto this ball potentially. There we go.
Interested to see how long she plays. You know, can't be in game shape coming off an injury.
Looks like number 2 there for Henry Clay. Ella Pugh. Little dispute with the throw-in, but I will have to say, given the work rate and the effort there to get her body in between, I'm going to probably go with the defender if I'm the referee.
Yeah. Lafayette trying to keep it locked in.
This is Ellie Stovall dropping the ball back. Henry Clay's not having a lot of luck finding into the feet of their forwards. Again, they're getting in behind. They're putting a lot of pressure behind. It's a great take here by Ella Abraham, slotting Kristen Gamble out wide.
She won't quite get there. Goal kick.
I think a good ticket in the run of play here for Henry Clay is going to be able to find the feet. When they did with Addison Kinney a second ago, you see the difference of she's able to get it onto Haley Flynn with a little body feint, and then now they're getting a ball out wide. It's going to be the difference, I think, for them. They're going to really want to value that right now.
Well, and you can already see both teams have kind of settled down a little bit. We're starting to see some combinations. Both teams have created some chances, so I think they found their feet here in the semifinal. Is Hunley.
Gracia Martinez there for Lafayette, number 17, getting into the game.
She gave them some really good minutes on Saturday.
She was able to get her head on that one.
Very active in the midfield. You can see her right there. Looking wide here again for Tippy, but Hunley's going to receive. She's not really looking to play out just yet. Still mostly one
good
time.
Combination play there. So Abby Peck on the ball.
It's Martinez and good, or not Martinez, but Simpson.
You're seeing a lot of good combination play there. A couple good up back throughs.
This is Simpson with a little turn, trying to get around the corner.
The ball really on her foot.
Good defending there from Henry Clay.
Emma Zint.
Zint on that right side of the back four.
This is where I'd want to get the ball into Gamble's feet. I think this is where she can hold play up. I'm going to find Gracia instead.
Fight for the ball there. Henry Clay, big clearance out, but again, only as far as Sarah Hall, and she's back in for Lafayette. If you ever doubt if these young ladies are tough or not, you just see a shot to the face like that, and they just keep going. They are tough young ladies, talented and tough.
It's going to be a good matchup tonight, really. I think you're going to.
This is Dahl here in space. Chooses to go to Simpson. She had Martinez out wide to her right.
I think you're going to see the veteran and Sarah Hall is going to still be tested by Addison Kinney tonight, though, and it's been shown early on. But I do like what I'm seeing out of Sarah Hall. Staying composed, she's getting involved in plays, but she's also being able to keep possession for her team. And that's going to be vital because, like you're seeing on the other end, I think Hunley's done a fantastic job interrupting play. But if we can't keep it, they're going to keep defending. So
that's what I was going to say. That's 2 or 3 times now that Hall's been able to connect with Dahlhair.
Takes the pressure off the team a little bit to be able to reset for a second, especially with just 3 in the back.
Right. Break that line.
Grace Plummer with intercepting that throw in for Henry Clay. See if we can get to the other side of the field.
She tries. It takes a little deflection.
Thought she had the right idea to get it across.
We'll see a little replay here. I think it took a little touch. She had a right idea.
You saw her glance into that left space behind the number 19 there for Lafayette.
Meade was quick off her line to collect. Henry Clay throw in here. Just under 19 minutes left here. Second semifinal. Hall
tries to play it to Abby Peck there out wide, and Kinney again just disrupting play.
Kinney is disruptive with that speed. She can cover ground, applies a good pressure
there. The thing is,
there.
I think she's equally technical and can finish the ball. She's just not getting a lot of, like we've said, a lot on her feet.
Very nice from Simpson.
Yeah. This is what I'm liking out of Lafayette. It's a great ball to break lines by Sarah Hall.
This is Mackey coming over, defensive mid position, finding
good step
Hall.
There by, looked like Ellie Stovall there, putting good pressure. Emma Zintz really hanging there with Lily Simpson, putting her under a lot of pressure and being able to interrupt. It's not easy coming back, and then when someone's on you every play, I mean.
And to come back in this level of a game,
yeah.
it's not much of a got to get up to speed quick. That's a good flick header.
Importance of winning the second ball here by Kristen Gamble. She's got a lot of white jerseys there in the middle of the field.
Oh, that gets through the first defender.
Ooh, wow, love the turn.
Little clumsy there.
There's a lot of contact, but I am going to say from a referee standpoint, I won't chime in too much tonight, but that's I don't have that as a penalty.
No, I think you could say it was a little clumsy, but
it's a great spin. Here's the deal. Campbell Tippy's done a great job there, and I think the Henry Clay players put a good hip on her, and there's a lot of roars here.
We're looking for a ball boy.
Yeah. But by that spin, I mean, you're putting, if the player mistimes that challenge, you split them and you've drawn a penalty. And
I think if she had a little bit more possession, maybe, but I think
it's definitely a shout. I'd be shouting for it as a coach.
You can see a corner kick here. Good ball. That's Abraham, I believe, and I think it's going to go out for another corner. No, goal kick.
Going to go for a goal kick there. I think that was Hunley again on that challenge.
No, she's done a great job in the center back. Again, I think what you were mentioning, if she can start to connect a few passes from that center back position just to relieve pressure. This is Kenny
doing a great job holding up play again, finding her feet.
This is
Grace
Hicks.
Plummer going 1v1
Grace
here.
Plummer, yeah.
Yeah. Got numbers in the box for Henry Clay.
She gets the cross off, but not enough on it to beat that first defender. This is Tippy. She's got doll hair. She chooses to go to Gamble.
She ended up going to Gracia there.
Oh, I'm sorry. Every time I think that I know where the girls are, and that's one of the things I notice about Lafayette. They have a lot of interchangeable parts.
Yeah, it looks like they just pulled Gamble out, give her a breather. You've got Ella Abraham playing up top here. You've got Gracia, and it looks like you're playing Dahlhair a little bit higher. I'm not sure if she's sitting into almost a 10s role as an attacking midfielder, because they are playing that 3-5-2, but it's quickly transitioning into a little bit of a 3-4-3 per se. If you look at the setup of how they're in right now. Ball's kind of bouncing all over. Stay with the Henry Clay throw in.
Yeah, we had Coach Nick Maxwell on the opening game. He's the head boys coach at Great Crossings, and he was making note that, this turf field is barely 2 years old. You can still see sometimes, you can see it kind of on screen, the rubber.
It's a little spongy.
It's still settling.
There,
He said, with it being a soccer-only field, it's not like a football field where it's getting play every single day.
We're going to have Ella Abraham running onto this ball. Hunley's there with her, again, disrupting play.
Good recovery there. But anyways, you'll see the ball stick a little bit. It'll take weird bounces. But, man, it's a beautiful complex. Good pressure there from Abraham. I thought she won a corner kick, but going to be a goal kick instead.
Looked like that was Ellie Dyer and Abraham again. They were battling on the far side earlier, and I think that's going to be another good battle. I like what I'm seeing 1v1 out of Hunley and Dyer there.
Good challenge there. This is good little header to bring it down to her feet.
Oof.
That was a really nice
Hunley
little.
Again. Looks like we're going to find Addison on the ball.
Looking over the top.
Looks like Sarah Hall got kind of sucked out of play there, pressuring Kenny. So not a bad look by Haley Flynn, but I'm trying to get in behind because Sarah Hall is kind of the glue back there.
Yeah, if they can drag her out of that central position, it's going to open up, and that was Lily Reagan.
Looks like they're going to sub Flynn out. It's number 4 there for Henry Clay getting an early touch.
Matthews, Isabella Matthews.
Layla Confides tries to put it through and behind Zint. Draw a throw for herself.
Yeah, cleared it off of Lafayette there. Tippy with the deflection.
I think another thing I'm noticing off goal kicks for Lafayette when they're defending. Oh, we're gonna go through here for Matthews. Abby Peck clearing that ball. But what I was going to say is, the importance of winning the second and third ball. That last counterattack started off of a third ball.
Yeah.
It started with Martinez. Dahlhair got a touch on it, and then it gets through. And, sometimes it's not about winning the first ball. It's who can possess that second and third. And, oftentimes the set pieces. Think about it. It's a goal kick. It's your team's ball, and you end up not winning that second or third ball. And now all of a sudden, we're having to have Henry Clay in the back line there with Hundley. She's got to, again, win another pivotal tackle that if she doesn't, you've got Campbell Tippy there with a potential shot on goal.
Right. So we got a goal kick here for Lafayette.
You're going to see first ball, second ball, and actually Henry Clay's coming away with this one this time. Hundley clearly had a target there. I thought that was just going to be her knocking it away to number 12, though.
You see Hall coming wide right there to defend that. It's hard to do a back three unless you have somebody that's very seasoned and experienced in that center back role, because they have to be disciplined, but they also have to know times like that where I have to come out of that central area to defend.
You're exactly right. And I think having had the ability to personally work with her, she is a very disciplined player. So,
shot from distance there, forcing a save.
Addison Kinney, it looks like they've pulled her back into the midfield for where Haley Flynn
was. See the replay here. That was Kinney, and, not a bad idea. Force a save out of
I think they're going to find a little bit more possession out of her now, because she's going to have a lot more space. Here she is again, getting a little bit more touch. I think you're going to start to see the technical side for her. Looks like we've got Olivia Mackey on the ball. Great save by the keeper.
That is a good save from the keeper. And we'll get to see that ball. It got in behind, just out of the reach of, I think that was Kayla Moore. That was Abby Peck. Abby Peck is the daughter of none other than Jared Peck with the Lexington Herald. He's probably here. I'm sure he's here watching his daughter, but he's usually on the sideline.
Play by Ella Abraham there to be able to keep possession, avoid a tackle. Brooke Dahlhair is going to need a little help here. She's definitely got
a good little
technical
ball.
Ability to get out of that, though. That's great. Good flick.
And Hundley comes over again. No, Jared Peck is. It feels like he's on a game every single night, and his Twitter game.
Any other way.
His Twitter game is very good. He's very quick on the trigger with the videos. In the first game, we had Cal Oakes from the Scott County Register, Georgetown Register.
Looks like they're making a couple tactical changes here for Lafayette, bringing Simpson back in. Looks like they're going to drop Ella Abraham into the midfield, and they're bringing Gamble back on.
So just under 10 minutes.
First ball, second ball from Lafayette.
Just under 10 minutes here. Both teams creating a few chances, but we remain scoreless. Good turn there from Lafayette.
This is where Lily Simpson can do a little dancing with the ball and do some damage. Great turn by Brooke Dahlhair.
She's got a little space here, but squeezed off the ball nicely there from Henry Clay.
I think you could argue a foul, but she's done a great job to get through there.
And again, Henry Clay playing that ball in behind.
I think what you just saw for Lafayette there in Simpson, even if you could argue that she's not at the top of her game, she's coming back, but just look at what she's done to be able to turn with the defender on her back, create a little bit of space, and then find a good connection. And again, Dahlhair turns and creates space, and maybe unfortunate to not draw a foul there, but they're running at the back line.
Good turn there.
We have Kristen Gamble on the ball. We're going to have a 2v1 here.
We do. Does she decide
Great
to find her
job by Lily
teammates?
Simpson.
She does.
Wow.
What a finish.
You know, something that really stands out to me on this, obviously, one is the physicality.
Lily Simpson with the finish.
Little toe poke. Look at the finish. It's definitely a classy finish. But something that stands out to me is on the far side there, Gamble receives that ball with her back to goal with a lot of pressure and is able to spin. You're seeing a physical player. You're seeing a technical player. She's able to fend off arguably a challenge. The girl tries to trip her, gets through. But then watch what Lily Simpson does there. She draws herself to the middle, pulling herself as far away as she can, staying on side, and then obviously ending it with a little toe poke. That's
very composed finish.
In my eyes, I love it. I love it. So
very composed finish. Got her head up, found the keeper, and just put it where you didn't expect it.
I want to see the response here from Henry Clay because they're not out of this game by any stretch of the imagination.
Oh, no, 1-0.
Definitely a good goal for Lafayette to get right before halftime, though, but there is definitely time for Henry Clay to find the back of the net.
So our clock is just slightly off. Sometimes it's tough for us to stop the clock with the official score. We got just around 7 minutes left, 1-0.
Wow, great play. Good combination. Again, you're finding Simpson into Dahlhair. Dahlhair's playing out to Gamble there. 1v1 out wide.
She cuts it back.
Henry Clay's done a good job there to get numbers back behind the ball, though.
Working this right side again. I don't think there was a foul there. She went down, but I think she maybe tripped. That was Simpson.
Good save.
Dangerous little ball.
Line by Tinch. Especially, I mean, think about it. It's got to be nerving. The one save you've had, she's made 2 big saves, but
yeah. And anytime you put one of these lofted balls right on top of the goalie, it makes it an anxious moment.
I like the duo between Simpson and Dahlhair a lot and how they're playing off of each other. This is a good lineup for Coach Taylor Roden in Lafayette. And
they have definitely targeted that right side of the field.
You know, the thing that I like is you've got a good mix of creative players and players who can do the role, get it done, speed, technical ability. But you're seeing, I think Lily Simpson and Brooke Dahlhair have a good. They've got a good vibe going on between them. They understand each other pretty well, and they're playing well off of each other.
And Simpson's really been impressive given that she sat out so long. I mean, she's come in and hasn't missed a beat.
Absolutely. Henry Clay's going to need to find that out.
They've got an opportunity. They're going to they looking for that big switch, but weren't quite able to make
Olivia Mackey did a great job there finding feet, and then she really busted her butt there on that far side. I was hoping she'd find that ball, get a little reward. It's a good switch there by Ellie Stovall. Good combination between Addison Kinney and Ellie Stovall there.
Nice turn there. Wasn't able to connect.
It's another example there out of Ella Pugh, though, on the far side. Or, sorry, Ellie Dyer on the far side there. She doesn't shy away from the 1v1, that's for sure.
She definitely does not. As you can see, we've got a handful of substitutions in the game for Henry Clay.
You're seeing the opposite now. It looks like they're going to play Haley Flynn a little bit higher, and they've dropped Addison Kinney underneath. So I'm interested because if you can get Haley Flynn as the point there, keeping the ball, getting Addison Kinney a little bit of space, she's going to be able to use that athleticism and speed to get at the back line with a little more space.
Looking for Simpson. Kayla Confides. How do you pronounce that?
Confides is, I think.
Confides. She earns a foul.
I think if I'm Henry Clay here, I'm trying to. I don't want to use the term get to halftime, but I think it's get to halftime at 1-0. It's a good half for them. Definitely can't let Lafayette gain that second goal before halftime though. And they're playing well. They've got good possession going on. They're causing quite a bit of problems, like we said, with the lineup they've got, but. I like Olivia Mackey here. She's all over the field, both sides. Good work rate.
This is Abraham trying to cut across.
She's got great 1v1 ability, Ella Abraham. Good tackle.
Yeah, Simpson was trying to hold up there and spin. Went down, but no call. But Lafayette maintains possession. This is Dahlhair trying to get in, trying to get on that left foot. Good defending.
Looked like Haley Flynn throwing her body on the line there to make sure that shot couldn't get across, and now she's going to be able to keep possession, but it's going to get disrupted by Sarah Hall there.
But you're right. Henry Clay's kind of fighting for their life right now.
Yeah, they just need to be able to – they need to connect to their forwards and be able to hold the ball and just get off of defense for a minute, because look at the ball here by Dahl here. They're just putting that back line is just running. They're running all over the place. They're not connected, and every ball is just very dangerous right now. Gamble's on the ball here.
Having a hard time getting out of their own final third here.
Here's where we got to keep possession if I'm Henry Clay, because now they're just going to defend again, and we still got 3 minutes on the clock.
Yeah, they just need to try to string a pass or two together, relieve pressure.
Here's where the second ball becomes so important, right here for Lafayette. Addison Kinney with a ball through. See if we can get Addison Kinney and Haley Flynn there to connect.
Good little ball out wide here.
Kristen Gamble to Ella Flynn. She's good in 1v1.
Good defending.
She's going to win it back. Nope. Grace Plummer there. That's excellent defending.
Well done there from that young lady.
Really well
She's
done.
going to earn a throw in. 2 minutes on the clock.
I think Abraham's going to have to be a little bit more creative there out wide, but she's got the ability to do it. I'm interested as this game unfolds, and when she's called on, she has some tricks up her sleeve, so it'll be neat to see her later in this game.
Good little ball there to find space.
And
she had Abraham out wide. Chose to go to her right instead.
If I'm Henry Clay, I'm pushing up as far as I can right now, try to keep this ball in Lafayette's half at least.
Got a couple substitutions here with just over 1:15 left on the clock. Looks like Martinez is going to jump back in for Lafayette.
She's going to bring Gamble out, and didn't catch the second number there that she brought out. Gamble's definitely put in a shift there for the last 10 minutes.
She did really good work there on the right side, was part of that goal from Simpson.
Way to keep the ball there.
Henry
Good
Clay's
good cover there by Piper Swader to kind of drop in and fill that role. Ella Abraham on the ball.
She's got Dahlhair checking to her.
It's a great combination. I love how Layla Comfites continued that run around the edge there. A lot of players get caught watching the ball, and Ella's driving inside, finding Dahlhair, and sometimes that player on the wide that's about to get the next ball just doesn't read the play. So that was really, really well done by number 10 there for Lafayette.
This is a
She's going to get that
dangerous
ball in behind.
behind.
Campbell Tippy on it.
First shot is blocked.
She's been super active, and now they found her on the right side, so it's a really good ball.
This is Abraham trying to squeeze it through to Martinez.
We're less than 10 seconds, so got a lot of people yelling, shoot it.
And that is the horn, and so we've reached halftime here at Great Crossings. Lafayette got a goal from Lily Simpson with about 8 minutes left to take a 1-0 lead. I think Henry Clay will be glad to get to the break. They can catch their breath, maybe reorganize a little bit.
I'm interested to see what his tactics going to be, because they don't need to be as defensive as they're being. They've got the talent, but right now you're not keeping the ball enough, and you're playing a lot of defense. And you look at what Lafayette's doing, the combination play, the quick up back throughs. I mean, essentially Henry Clay is getting so defensively worked because they're not able to ever get on offense.
Yeah.
They're on their heels at all moments, and when you can have players like a Dahlhair, like a Simpson, a Gamble, Ella Abraham, you've got players like that can penetrate. Campbell Tippy getting involved on the outside. And we're not talking about any other back. I mean, Sarah Hall's done great. Piper Swader's done great. You've got players for Lafayette that have kept this ball the whole game.
But Henry Clay has created a few chances through Kenny, through Reagan out on that left side. So
Olivia Mackey's been fantastic for them.
So they have I think he's got some positives. It's just how do we put those into practice, and can we create more of those? I think you're right. It's going to start with trying to get a little bit more possession in that midfield so that you can get up the field.
You saw him drop Kenny in, and so now with putting, like I said, Kenny and Flynn they've grown up together. These two players know how to work together, and they're very gifted players. I like that he dropped Kenny into that midfield because I think it's gonna be a good dynamic duo.
All right. Well, we got 8.5 on the clock. BJ, let's take a quick break. We'll let a few of our sponsors, including Footbox, GS Footbox out of Lexington. We're super thankful for you and your crew. And then we'll be back for second half action here in the Region 11 semifinal.
Running a business takes a lot of focus and dedication. Keeping up with the ever-changing tax laws and keeping up with all the numbers behind your business, while necessary, can cause distraction and even a little anxiety. That's where Charles T. Mitchell, certified public accountants, come in. They've been helping local businesses run smoothly since 1964. They've got the experience and quality you deserve, and they'll put your mind at ease. Taxes, accounting, and assurance services for your business. Charles T. Mitchell, CTMCPA.com.
Visit Lex by default is community focused. We're here to stimulate the economy locally and keep our hospitality industry running. When we made the switch to traditional bank, it was so easy. We're treated like we are the biggest client that traditional has. They're our neighbors, they're in our community, they're with us side by side. I'm Patricia Knight, Vice President of Finance and Operations with Visit Lex, and we're a community partner of Traditional Bank.
Play like the pros and train at the ultimate soccer training facility.
Goal Station Footbox.
Featuring a patented state-of-the-art arena and performance center designed to improve all players, whether you're a beginner or advanced. Our certified coaches and cutting-edge technology will track your progress and help you achieve your full potential. Visit goalstationfootbox.com/Lexington to view a variety of training options.
Your first class is free.
Make goals, break goals at Goal Station Footbox.
All right, folks, welcome back to Bluegrass Sports Network. We're at halftime of Game 2 of Region 11 semifinal, and presented by GS Footbox. And I had somebody ask me this morning when I shared an image on our Facebook page, which you can find us online at www.kybsn.com, but we're also on Facebook. We try to share some highlights. We've been blessed by some sponsors, Bluegrass Energy, and so we have power plays of the game. And
I love it.
Yeah, we had a strike from Brooke Dahlhair from Saturday. Last week we had a couple plays from the boys.
Was that in the Western Hills game?
Yeah, we had a couple plays from the boys district. We got to see a tremendous young man named Preston Welch play. Great crossings. His older brother, Austin, had a hat trick last week, so was MVP of the District 41 boys tournament. But I had somebody ask me this morning when they saw the logo, like, what is GS Footbox? And so what is GS Footbox?
That's awesome. So first of all, something I've been doing for about 10 years, and I was able to find an environment. Footbox is a training environment. It's a fully functional, state-of-the-art training equipment, training environment. We're just putting players in this goal station. You got goals all around you, full-size goals. We've got training technology, training products. A big differentiator in us and what we're doing is it's game-realistic training. You know, some methodologies believe in taking thousands of touches. We're more, can you just take real touches? So if that's 250, if it's 500, if it's 50, if I'm a center back, how do I train the touches that I'm most likely to take? And so for us, it's all about taking the game and implementing it into stations within our facility. And so that's where you're getting, what is your goal? Put it into stations, and now we're trying to get it accomplished. So just a little bit of backdrop on the name there, but you know, something that really separates us from a lot of other around the world is the fact that we have player data. So data is everything. You don't just want an opinion. So for us, we can have players come in, we can use technology, and we can take scores that they're using. And now it's not, does Bo Craycraft think someone got better? It's look at the data on that player's profile that parents can track live. They can look at it historically. We can share it with coaches. We can share it with scouts, and it means something. It talks about speed of play. It talks about decision making. It talks about their technical ability, and those are things that it's hard to teach if you don't have what we have. And so we've just created this environment that's, it's fully functional, it's all inclusive, and it's all about individual players.
Well, my son has been able to come up there and work with you a little bit, and we call it the box, but it also has like you said, it's got the goal station. There's 4 goals on each wall. Everything is basically usable. They have walls that surround it. You have mobile walls. And so you're creating 3-4 pass combinations.
Gives you a lot of players, but you're the only one training.
Right.
It's just you. And so when you have other boards and teammates per se, I put air quotes on that, but you got other teammates around you, you can still individually train within larger groups, and you can still get what you need based on your position, your skill level, where you're at, what your desire is, what the outcome.
You talked about the data. You set up stations where you maybe have 5 or 6 walls. There's a light system which dictates where the ball has to be played, and the kids are having competitions to see who can hit the most walls, who can do it without mistakes.
It puts them under the game stresses. It puts them under real stresses that they're experiencing in the game. So, when you have to think red means this, like a red light that you're going to see that's flashing, and then they see a blue light, it means different things. And now you don't have technology in the game. You don't have boards in the game, but now you're getting your cognitive decision making.
Right.
Your eyes are away from the ball. You're having to evaluate and break the game down. We're seeing a lot of elevated and accelerated success with a lot of players that I've worked with, for years. I've only had Goal Station for a year now, and we're seeing, again, we can track data. We're seeing some phenomenal results with some of these players, and we have the ability to work with 4-year-olds. I've got some of the UK players. I've been fortunate enough to train some national team players. We work with all variety of kids, and we always say, as everyone saw in the slogan there, your first class is free. There's no obligation. Come out, get your hands on it. And I will say that the cool thing about Goal Station is it's fully customizable. We have a small facility. We were a test pilot. We're the first franchise in the world, and now they're getting ready to unroll it because they've been so happy with what we've done and how we've created it. And so we're excited. We're in expansion mode right now, and so we're looking to have something much bigger. But it's really
a super
cool.
neat. Where are you located?
We're located off of Newtown and Georgetown, right there on Nandino. A lot of people
right
are
off
familiar.
the interstate, not
right
too
off the
far
interstate.
for
a lot
folks
of people are familiar with the post office there.
Yeah.
We're located directly in between Truck Pro and Air Gas.
Okay.
So we've got a nice little 10,000
and if folks
square foot
want to
facility.
find out more, I know you're on Facebook. I know you have a website.
Yeah.
Instagram. So just
definitely
look them up. Well, we really appreciate you joining us tonight, but also joining us this week to help us provide, one of our heart of BSN is to really showcase athletes across all the board.
I think it's fantastic.
Not just the bigger sports, but like female soccer. We've done we're doing volleyball this week as well.
You're making it accessible because especially in today's world, not everyone can come.
Absolutely.
Not everyone can come to the games. So I've actually been fortunate enough to tune in to, I saw a little bit of the Western Hills game. I've sponsored Lafayette for 3-4 years, way before Goal Station, and so when you asked me to do this, I was like, I need to get out and watch them, and this is fantastic. So
well, we are 1 minute away from the second half, so BJ, we'll take a quick break, then we'll get back. We'll see if Henry K can fight back in this semifinal Region 11. Thanks for watching on the Bluegrass Sports Network.
Running a business takes a lot of focus and dedication. Keeping up with the ever-changing tax laws and keeping up with all the numbers behind your business, while necessary, can cause distraction and even a little anxiety. That's where Charles T. Mitchell, certified public accountants, come in. They've been helping local businesses run smoothly since 1964. They've got the experience and quality you deserve, and they'll put your mind at ease. Taxes, accounting, and assurance services for your business. Charles T. Mitchell, CTMCPA.com.
Visit Lex by default is community focused. We're here to stimulate the economy locally and keep our hospitality industry running. When we made the switch to traditional bank, it was so easy. We're treated like we are the biggest client that traditional has. They're our neighbors, they're in our community, they're with us side by side. I'm Patricia Knight, Vice President of Finance and Operations with Visit Lex, and we're a community partner of Traditional Bank.
All right, folks, we're back, and the teams are back, and we are underway for the second half. The game has lived up to our expectations. 1-goal game right now. Lafayette had first touch here in the second half.
Seeing a new face there for Henry Clay and Chase Young.
I expect to see Henry Clay kind of come out with some renewed kind of energy here. See if they can hit back pretty early here and put some pressure on Lafayette.
It's a great ball there by Hundley. Just need to be able to get Kinney on top of it there. Good way to play
Good
the way
little
you're
touch
facing,
there.
for
Yeah.
sure.
Just relieve pressure.
She had
She
pressure
gets it right
coming on her,
back
too.
now. Now she has time to turn.
It's Jamie Cotton Jim.
Cotton Jim. That was really nice. This is Moore.
Yeah, we didn't mention much about Moore in the first half, but I was pretty impressed. Again, several tackles she had to make, and you're seeing Sarah Hall have to fend off Kinney. That battle's going to continue.
Good pressure there from Henry Clay.
That is Ellie that we were mentioning before, Ellie Dyer. This is where Abraham's got to do a great job.
She's
turning.
got some space. She's got Dahlheuer to her right. She chooses to come back, looks out to the left.
Campbell Tippy on the far side now. It's a good slotted ball by Abraham.
She's trying to find Gamble. Good defending there from the Henry Clay
It's Hundley again.
center back.
Excellent choice here by Chase Young to be able to just keep the ball for your team. This is what we were talking about. Henry Clay's got to be able to keep the ball. Again, look at the difference that you're seeing from them. I think the halftime speech was definitely what we were discussing.
They're already, and they're much higher up the field,
Yep.
it feels like.
Good by Ellie Stovall.
Big clearance there.
This is going to cause problems.
This is
going to play in Kinney's favor.
She's on the ball. She turns. Good save there from Meade.
That's not what Sarah Hall is going to want.
You see that clearance, that long ball came in from their own defensive third, but good work there from
We
Kinney.
talked about the veteran versus the newbie per se, but Kinney, that's not a fair statement. She knows how to use her body. She knows how to win the space and get in behind, and so you can't gift her too many of those. Abraham's doing a great job here early on in the second half, slotting. She's taking space. She's going to
get there because she cut it back. Good long. That's a perfect ball to the back post.
Campbell Tippy's going to want that one back.
She is definitely going to want it. She had plenty of time there, maybe even to take a touch.
Mm-hmm.
But what a wonderful little lofted ball to the back post there. Was that Gamble that played that in?
It was Gamble, yeah. So Abraham was able to take a little space, find a through ball to Gamble. You got Tippy here taking her space.
She chooses to shoot. She could have maybe gone across the face of the goal.
I'm going to be honest, though. I don't see enough shots. And so, a player being aggressive there, you could do it a couple times, but if you've got open people, there's going to come a point that got to find them. Great technical ability there by Flynn just to receive that ball.
Very nicely done there from the back three.
Good turn by Layla Confides.
Playing Tippy out wide again, but Hundley's going to come over and grab that.
You can tell the difference of what, she's looking to find possession now. So now it's up to Kinney to be able to keep it.
Still not playing through their midfield very much, kind of trying to bypass, but
here's Haley Flynn.
They've got numbers if she plays her through. She chooses to go back post there.
Kind of a hybrid of a cross and a shot.
You'll see it here. She had some time. I think if she had played that ball right there out wide, she chose to.
I think you're also going to want, they're going to need to, you mentioned a second ago of getting everyone higher. A lot of times it's 3 versus 5. When they win the ball, they're just not having a ton of numbers. So to be able to, they can't always just go so far backward.
That was Abraham again. She has really had to put her mark on this first part of the second half.
Chase Young here getting in behind. It's number 19 again there, and Kayla Moore. You're exactly right, though. They are not playing a lot through the midfield right now. See if that changes as the game unfolds. I think that's something you're seeing a little difference in between Lafayette and Henry Clay is the ability to play through the midfield.
Right.
To find those target players, to play off of them, and then to penetrate, whereas Henry Clay is looking a lot more direct right now, a lot more individual efforts, but you've got the ability to do it in some of the Henry Clay players, so that could be a tactic. Maybe it's not my tactic, but at the end of the day, I like the ability for some of these players to do that. Good physical play there by Gamble. And
a little unlucky there on the foul. Feet got tangled, so it's going to be a free kick for Lafayette.
Elizabeth Hightower and Kristen Gamble there.
Looks like Kayla Moore will step up to take this free kick. It's a good ball in behind there.
I said this early on. You're gonna want to see Ella Abraham kind of come into her own in the second half, and they certainly are tactically finding her. So.
And she seems like she's playing a little more centrally this half than at least Saturday. She was on the wing a lot. She started on the wing tonight.
She is a really versatile player. I wouldn't be surprised at the next level if they're not putting her out wide. You could even have her in a wide back role. She's fast. She's fit. She's technical. I mean, it's something that you, as a player, she shouldn't be surprised. Great ball by
good little
Dahlhair.
touch to free Gamble. She's looking back post for Tippy. Good defending there from Henry Clay.
Those are some of the intangibles that a player like Brooke Dahlhair, just being able to see and create something like that, putting her body on the line to get it done.
That was really nice. That was number 22, Pinnell.
Defensive effort,
yeah,
absolutely.
Very nice little chest down there so her keeper could play it.
What do you need to see, Bo, out of Lafayette to find the second goal? Because they're not far from it, I don't think.
I don't think so either. I like the idea. They're doing a lot of these little 1-2 combinations. They're playing in the middle to kind of drag those outside backs inside a little bit, and then playing it wide to Gamble or to Tippy.
I think exactly what you just
right
said
here.
there.
I mean, that's that space that outside back has stepped forward a little bit.
Can they play against the grain though? Look at how we got to find something around the top of the penalty area. This all starts in my eyes though with Brooke Dahlhair not forcing play to turn. She plays the way she's facing, lets another teammate do the job, and it's a lot of coaches, a lot of parents, a lot of players, a lot of spectators overlook stuff like that.
Well, that's the thing.
She played so simply, but she penetrates and breaks lines and pressure in the midfield, and then that player's able to get out wide and find Tippy, and now you're running at back lines with lots of space. And
right, that touch is not going to be the Bluegrass Energy Power play of the game, but it may lead to the goal that is, and people don't recognize that, and that's what makes her special. She can do the special.
I was going to say, she probably could have done it herself, but at the end of the day, it gets done a lot faster, a lot simpler, and she lasts for the entire 80 minutes.
One of the things I would like to see is maybe Tippy or Gamble try to play more of an early cross. They're getting into that space when they get to the top of the box instead of trying to drive
while Lafayette's still running into the box while play can still be in front of them. That is an important piece. What about Henry Clay here? What do you need to see from them to be able to get the equalizer?
Well, I think their best chances came when they were able to combine a couple passes, switch the direction or switch the point of attack. They've still been very direct, as you just mentioned. But here again, we see, is this Tippy?
Yeah, that was Tippy. You had Kristen Gamble lay the ball off. She held it up for her team, lays it off, and we're gonna need to find. I don't know who we have on our near side here. Number 25 for Lafayette. Looks like it's Reagan Spivey. She hasn't gotten that many touches, but you're gonna run Tippy into the ground on that far side. So I think it could also help to find a little switch. If I'm Gamble there, maybe play against the run of play.
Well, whether it was Saturday at Western Hills, they created two real chances, and it was when the ball was on one side of the field, you were able to swing it or switch it to that back side where you have some space, and we saw that early chance from Henry Clay in the first half, and that's where it came from. So
you're seeing Henry Clay now. They're kind of keeping Lafayette into this side of the field. So I think my ticket here for them is going to be: can they stay higher? Can they get their midfield involved? And then can they find some type of combination with Kinney, get her foot on the ball, get Flynn's foot on the ball. I like Chase Young. She's been engaged early in the second half, but it just can't be direct all the time. I think they're going to have to find some feet and let Kinney be able to play on one-on-one, let Flynn shoot from the outside, maybe a slotted ball, but it's going to start with them staying higher and keeping possession for a couple passes. But if that tactic for them to go direct is what they're looking for, they just can't do it all game.
We had a break and play there, and our goal scorer, Simpson, re-entered the game. You're joining us a little bit late. She scored with 8 minutes left in the first half. She's coming back from an ankle injury and made an instant impact.
Kayla Moore on the ball.
Good step there.
It's a good interception.
It's Ella Pugh.
Pugh turn it over. Have Ella Abraham running at space.
Good
it's a good tackle by
tackle
Hightower there for Henry Clay.
This is Simpson.
You're going to see a 4v4 develop if they can go fast enough. And they're
trying to connect there with Dahlhair.
Henry Clay's defense was really rushing to get back. He didn't want them to break there.
Good little distribution there from Meade.
Switch keepers there, didn't they? No.
I think that's still Meade.
That is still Meade, yep.
This is Simpson. Battling, earns a throw in. Quickly taken.
It's a good heads-up play there by Abraham just to get the ball in play. I would have liked to seen Gamble be able to turn, but do understand why she didn't. You're in a 1v1 at the corner of the 18, so.
Right here's what you're talking about. If they play this ball now, they can create some opportunities.
I'd like to see Kinney get her feet on this ball. That's where, think of how much space she has to run at Hall. Every ball she's had to battle is 1v1, and, Hall's given her a run for money, and I just think if you can get one or two where you have some space and you can just see Kinney's speed, her technical ability come out, some of these body feints, her savviness, right. I think it's gonna help them.
Lafayette
I'd like to
holding
see Jamie
possession.
Get this ball, Cotton Jim, if we can get a switch here.
They go back here to Moore. She's got some time and was looking central there, I think, to Simpson, but intercepted.
Ellie Dyer's going to put it
right
on.
Here, they've got that runner on that backside, but they're choosing to keep it on the strong side, and Abraham intercepts. She's got Gamble, and she is onside. She
Henry Clay's got numbers back.
That was confines. Ball stays in play. She was onside. That's another one of those just looping balls into the box that
it's easy to fall asleep if you're in the back there.
It feels like it's going to go out of bounds, and then it checked up on the bounce.
I'm not sure how Gamble ended up in that much space.
Good. Big collision there.
You had Hightower and Abraham come together.
I think that was Dahlhair with the header, but out for a goal kick.
I do like what I just saw a second ago. You had Ellie Dyer get on the ball. She finds Haley Flynn. Haley Finn's finding Chase Young there. And, the ability for them to connect, they're just a couple passes off from being able to find that space. And ultimately, if the objective is to penetrate with a through ball to Kinney, I mean, they're not far from finding it. Got a deflection by Sarah
that was
Hall.
a blind turn into some pressure, but
Kayla Moore kind of mishit that. I think they got fortunate there with.
Yeah, I think you can see on this replay she's a little fortunate because she kind of turned blindly into pressure.
I think you had Ellie Stovall there on that through ball. It was a bit much, but it was a dangerous ball that put Sarah Hall under some pressure.
And again, that's one of those. That's what I was talking about. That switch field where you get that defender where they have to turn and run with their back to goal. Or turn and face their goal. Yeah. And don't know exactly where that backside defender is. That's where you can create some chances with this three-back system.
This throw-in started with Chase Young being able to play the way she was facing, finding Haley Flynn, and Haley Flynn's trying to find that penetrating ball to Addison Kinney on the far side. So it's good up back through combination play for them.
Shot from distance. Just wide and high.
Ella Pugh on the ball.
So we're going to have a couple substitutions here.
Looks like you're going to have Garcia and looks like Swader on the far side there.
Yep. You were right, number 17.
Taking out Confides and
Martinez.
Kayla Moore. So you've got Abby Peck here on the sub as well.
She gave them some good minutes in the first half at that outside back position, backing up Kayla Moore. This is Dahlhair shielding, going to earn a throw-in. She kind of looked sheepishly like, did he see me touch it? But ball's early throw to Simpson.
Going to need her to be creative here.
That's good defending there.
We
can't see the number for the hair, number 2.
We talked about number 2 in the first half, Ella Pugh, getting involved on these breakup plays.
Right.
You can't discredit those types of plays. It's a great ball. Dahlhair facing.
That's a shot from distance from Gamble.
With the way that they can play, I don't know if that's the shot I'm taking, if I'm her. I think you've done a great job of hold-up play there by Brooke Dahlhair to be able to keep it, fight someone off in the 18. Defenders are putting their body on the line, and so it's an excellent play there. Looks like a touch there by Margaret for Henry Clay. Playing a little pinball in the midfield.
Trying to find some space. The goalie is slow off her line, but I think was that Moore that came?
No, you mentioned Abby Peck before, coming in.
That was really nice cover from that left back position.
That was almost a unexpected play because you've got Addison Kinney flicking it on, but she's flicking it on to herself and, catches Sarah Hall kind of overcommitting, and it's a really great job by Abby Peck to realize she's got to cover there. So
goalkeeper was a little slow too, a little hesitant off her line at times, which creates some space in behind.
With Haley Flynn and Ella Pugh, unlucky not to connect it.
Good turn there from Martinez, trying to find Dahlhair. She's going to pick up a foul.
I would have liked to have seen Dahlhair get on that ball. Tippy was really slashing on the far side. So
yeah, it wasn't necessarily a bad foul there to slow down that counterattack. Some would say that was tactical. I don't know if that was on purpose, but it definitely slowed down the attack.
With a player like Dahlhair, I think you could say it. This is where Tippy, like I said, she's not going to be your biggest, strongest, fastest player, but she really puts her body in well, and she's smart. She's very savvy, and for her to be able to get in there and bust up that 50-50 ball, it's very good. Little body feint. She's trying to get around the corner there. It's good defending.
It is good defending.
I think that's Margaret on the far side.
I'm thinking to myself, outside of the goal, Henry Clay's back four has done a really nice job. They just got caught open on that one attack. This is an early shot from Dahlhair wide. They haven't given up a ton of really what we would call good chances.
Oh, it's the deal right now. Lafayette's they're scrappy. They're putting balls in the mix, and they're making Henry Clay be scrappy. So I would like to see them with a couple more. I don't want to say the extra pass, the one more pass, but I think if they can settle down a little bit and not settle for the shot, I think they're going to.
This is a good win from Dahlhair. So good little ball in.
This is definitely in favor of Kristen Gamble.
Great save.
She made herself so big.
Ball still in play, though. It will go out for a corner kick.
Those are ones, if you're the keeper,
this is a good replay. That's a really nice slotted ball in by Dahlhair. One-time touch, and like you said, she came out, closed that angle, made herself big.
I will say, as someone who works with Kristen Gamble, I'd like to not see her hit the goalkeeper. You've made it a little bit easy, but you can't take that away from Tinch. She's put
if she was a goal station, she hit the net
big.
and the goal.
Yeah, there you go.
She didn't hit one of the 4 spots.
Exactly. No, you can't discredit the keeper there, though. It's a good save.
There's nothing like that game pressure,
Yep.
Having a defender chasing you. This is Dahlhair. She gets to the left. Good little.
I like this, though, from them. They don't need to panic if they can keep possession going. Like, that ball doesn't have to happen.
Agree.
They have numbers up, and now it can lead to a counterattack because you have so many players high.
But very well done defending there.
That's excellent.
She kind of gave up the turnover, but she fought back.
Set Sarah Hall out of position a little bit, but able to win the ball out wide.
Good interception. This is where I think if they'll play a little faster.
Oof.
Good turn.
Wow. Addison Kinney, that was fantastic.
I will say the intensity level I feel like has picked up a little bit.
It is. The game's opening up. You're about halfway through this through the second half. I think players are starting to feel. I mean, if I'm Henry Clay, I'm feeling that.
Yeah.
You can tell Addison Kinney. I mean, she's really working on that far side, putting her foot on the ball, putting a little nutmeg. I mean, she's putting anything she can to get it done. She's trying to
put together some opportunities here for her teammates. Good battle here at midfield.
I like what I'm
Scrappy
seeing there.
here, but Henry Clay's got 3v3 situation here.
Ella Dyer there with a shot.
Looking for a shot,
Haley
a second
Flynn with
attempt.
A second shot.
Goes over the top.
It's like what we said with Doll here a minute ago in the corner here, where she's able to create something to gamble. I like what Haley Flynn's. I mean, she's going to the ground. She's getting that last toe poke. It's not overly pretty from the combination, but it got through. It worked out. They're trying to keep possession.
Yeah.
And, Kinney's able to play the way she's facing. And I like what you're seeing there out of Ellie Dyer, who's actually getting subbed out there by Olivia Mackey. So Mackey played a really great first half. She was all over the place. So think if she can build on the energy they have, build on the possession that they're trying to accomplish. You've got Emma Zent coming back in for Henry Clay.
Abrahams now finds herself on the right side. She is kind of taking that spot that Gamble. She's trying to find Simpson. Little touch across the middle. Ball's bouncing around.
I like the idea there by Zent, but you've got to be sure. She's got to keep this
Here's
ball.
a replay of this shot. Bouncing out.
She's got the right idea to keep possession, but that ball can't be turned over, and it's a great way to capitalize and at least put it on frame.
Forced to save there. So we'll have a corner kick for Lafayette. At this point in the game, if Lafayette is to grab a second, it's going to really put Henry Clay in a tight spot. Good ball in.
I'd be interested to see the tactical change that comes from that for Henry Clay. Great flick header.
Ball's in the front of the goal.
Looked like you had Ella Pugh, who ended up poking that ball out. Good Doll here with space, faced up.
Good cross there.
You know what they say about that ball? It starts a counterattack. It can't get behind
your
attacking players. So
good defending there again from Lafayette. Byrne.
I didn't see which Henry Clay player just kept possession there, but that was a really great 1v1 battle. Kinney's going to get around the corner. That's a nice
touch. This is, and she just ran past it on. Unlucky there.
Got a lot of talent on the field tonight.
There's a ton of talent on the field.
Couple changes here for Henry Clay. So it looks like they've put what I was just saying about Ellie Dyer. She was on this side. They've switched her to the opposite side. I think she's been a key player in some of these 1v1 battles to keep possession.
We're gonna have a foul here. This is gonna be in a dangerous spot.
It's a Kinney that drew the foul.
Yeah, about 30. Probably 35 out, but this is one of those where you can put it in the mix right on top of the keeper. Lafayette's line is pretty deep right now.
You're going to put Hunley on the ball. Lafayette's setting up a wall.
I'm kind of surprised Lafayette's not got a higher line here. They've let people right on top of their keeper. Good early header there.
Like Sarah Hall on the header. Like the run you're seeing from Gamble. That's a great ball from Garcia.
That's into Gamble. She's being chased. Good defending.
I think this is fantastic
that
defending.
was wondering. She might even.
Honestly, if I'm in this situation, you have to reward Ella Pugh as a referee. I mean, she's done an excellent job to get him in front of play, and she's taking pressure from the back. And
I thought she earned a foul there.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, she definitely had some pressure from Gamble in her back, but it's a throw-in for Lafayette.
That's fantastic defending.
That was fantastic defending.
I like the slotted ball from Garcia. Truthfully, little toe poke, gets right past the center back of Hundley there.
Header just wide.
Garcia finds herself on that header as well.
I think we're going to see a replay of this one. It was a really nice little flick header.
Good Tippy playing a ball across.
I think that was and just wide. Oof. So Lafayette turning that screw a little bit right now, creating a couple chances. Just under 15 minutes left. 1-0.
Making a through run.
Henry Clay still defending very well.
This is Mackey on the defensive side. Great turn by Campbell Tippy.
Really nice.
Like Dahlhair's checking good.
She's got Martinez. She goes wide left, trying to play that ball in behind. Very nice. Good cross. They've got someone.
I think they deserve one. Oof. If I'm Campbell Tippy, I think I've got to.
Look at this. This was really beautiful.
Her mouth to say something.
Dahlhair in behind. One-time cross was perfectly placed.
You just have to wonder, what Tippy's saying there, because she's running onto it. Garcia doesn't see her.
Did she say anything?
Yeah, did she?
Did she say anything? Because Garcia was really reaching for it, and that's what led her. And this is an opportunity. Ball was just a little bit too vertical there. But that's that opportunity if they can just make that connection there. A ton of space on those wings.
It almost looked just a little bit direct, but. Good step. You can hear Coach Taylor Roden there yelling "settle." It's been very apparent that they are trying to possess. They're a calm team. They're able to play through the midfield. They play the way they're facing, and look how they're breaking pressure there. They broke a couple lines. They're getting away from 5 players, and now
Tippy to the right.
2v2 out wide. I'm not fond of the decision.
That wasn't the best decision.
No, especially for everything you just got out of. And then if you really, this is what we try to work on a lot with players, is getting them to see the tactical numbers versus seeing 11 versus 11. Jamie Cotton Gym there and Campbell Tippy are making a 2v2 at the corner of the 18, and I'd like to see a little better combination play there.
Good turn.
Good turn. 2v2 at the back line.
Got Tippy on her right. She takes a shot. Save. Rebounded. That's Tippy. And
wow, great
what a leg save. Kick save. We're going to see both of these saves here. Great turn. Gamble with the strike. Save. Tippy with the one touch, and that's going in. What a save.
Tinches had a great game.
What a save.
I really like what you saw from Gamble there. She feels pressure on her back. A defender almost overcommits. She spins. I don't mind the decision when you're running at the back line, even though you have an option to your left and your right. She holds it.
Corner kick right on top of the goalie. She collects. Wow, that was 2 really good saves.
Take it from the first moment that Tinch had to touch the ball. She had a little bit of a spill, and then now think of some of the saves she's made throughout this game. She's been a crucial piece for them.
With 12 minutes left, that would have been huge. So she keeps her team in this game. They're just one counterattack away from tying this up.
I think we're about 2 minutes away from seeing a change from the Henry Clay coaching staff. They're going to have to make a tactical adjustment here, and I'm interested to see what that is, whether it's personnel, whether it's a formation change. I'll tell you, Lafayette's Garcia there, she's been very active. The second half.
She was very active on Saturday. She came in and gave them great minutes, super active in the middle of the field, winning those 50-50 balls.
She's on every 50-50 ball.
Yeah. So she is
here's a change.
Had a key impact, yep. Got a substitution there for Henry Clay.
Looks like they just gave Ella Pugh just a quick rest, or Ellie Dyer. I'm sorry, I'm getting Ella Pugh and Ellie Dyer. Now they're on the same side of the field.
It's like number 8.
Yeah, that's Ellie Dyer.
Again, we see Lafayette winning the 50-50 balls. I think that was.
It's a great ball by
This
Campbell
is Dahlhair. Can she get a touch?
I think we're going to see offside here, though.
Yeah, she was in an offside position.
It's not a bad idea, though.
Very close. Nice little toe poke there from Dahlhair. Henry Clay going quick.
you can sense the urgency from Henry Clay. I mean, it's obviously expected, but I don't want to see them get frantic. They don't need to panic. They have plenty of time. You're going to see Garcia. Lily Simpson's going to come in for Garcia, but I think Henry Clay's got to go back into what they started this first half with: keep possession, push higher on the field. I just don't want to see them get frantic.
And if you're Lafayette, you haven't been here a ton. 15 years since the trip to region. You're up 1-0, one game away from getting a third chance to take it to beat Lexington Catholic. And Coach Taylor Roden keeps saying, settle.
Kristen Gamble running at the back line. You've got Ella Abraham on the left.
And she makes that decision.
This is where we've got to just stay composed and finish. Great defending by.
Good defending. And that goal felt a lot like the first half.
Yes.
Or that opportunity felt like a lot like
Elizabeth
that first.
Hunley has been the entire back line and the defensive unit of Henry Clay they've been lights out almost the entire game. They are busting up a lot of plays, and that's a play right there that if you're off at all, it's a goal. Yeah. It's a goal scoring chance. So kudos to Hunley there, putting her body on the line. Abraham's going to have to either get more creative or get the shot off a little bit faster there.
Right on top of the box, header from little clearance header there.
Yeah.
That was Henry Clay. Not a bad decision there.
Because that ball's curling, and if it can curl around the back line and your attackers can run onto it, you get the defenders facing their own goal, and any touch.
And the goalie doesn't know what to do there, if they should come out or not.
It's right in between the back line, and any touch from the defenders can lead to almost an own goal.
This is a good idea. Good defending
recovery by Ella Abraham. Looks like you have Layla Confides is going to find Brooke
Dahlhair.
If she can get across here, you've got 3 players.
She tried to make a move there, earns a
Lily Simpson's
throw in.
Cut.
Good defending there. We got a substitution for Henry Clay.
The thing that I think we should all be thankful for is Lafayette's press. They haven't changed their style. They're not changing anything, and I think they're being smart defensively. So I don't think they're just pressing really high, but
they're not going to a 4-back.
Exactly.
They're staying with their 3-5-2.
Especially from a spectator standpoint. Good step there. I think that's Margaret for Henry Clay.
This is Simpson giving chase. Won't make it. Throw in for Henry Clay. No, I mean, one of the nice
Number 3, I'm sorry, I had a mistake. That is Elizabeth Hightower there on the throw. What were you going to say there, Bo?
I was just going to say that's one of the beautiful things about being able to run a 3-5-2. Not everybody can do it. It's like, why doesn't everybody run a 3-5-2 and you get that extra man in the midfield? Well, you have to have a solid back 3 to do that. But when you can, it's almost like they have an outnumbered situation.
Mm-hmm.
And so it makes those connections from Sarah Hall. She can either look up and find.
You're going to see offside here on the far side. No, you're exactly right, and I think Henry Clay and maybe the staff is they're trying to figure out that adjustment, because it is when you have an extra player in the midfield, who's stepping, how are you gonna break those lines when you're on the attack? And honestly, we're not saying Kinney's name enough, and I don't think we're saying Flynn's name enough.
That's a good decision to go out wide. This is Dahlhair.
She's going to be 1v1, probably cut inside if I'm her.
Probably
Abraham
dancing
streaking.
too much, but she gets off a beautiful cross.
Oof.
Good clearance.
Wow.
I thought Dahlhair had lost that chance, but beautiful little lofted ball.
I was hoping to see her cut inside and either lay it off to Ella Abraham or have a shot herself. But I like the route she went to be able to get a cross off. It is a dangerous ball. Henry Clay's waiting for a sub here with about 5 minutes to go.
This is Abby Peck with the throw in. She's given them some really good minutes here at this outside back.
Yeah.
It's like a handball, but I think they're going to play on. This is Gamble.
Little direct. She might get there, though.
I don't think she is. So it's going to go out. And as you mentioned, we're just at 5.5 minutes, 1-0 Lafayette. Goal from Lily Simpson with 8 minutes remaining in the first half is the only difference right now.
Henry Clay is going to bring in number 22. It's going to be Elliot Pinnell. It's going to be her first time in the game. I'm interested to see what the tactic is there with Mebit.
This is Kenny. She beats one. Trying to play through.
It's a great tackle by Ella Abraham. You're going to see Haley Flynn keep the ball, keep possession for her team.
That was Sarah Hall.
A lot of space. Kristen Gamble's got a lot of space to run into, and you're going to see Brooke Dahlhair probably streak on this far
She's
side.
got Simpson. If she is going to make the edge, she's got her head up.
On the far side. Dahlhair's on the far side.
She peeled off very nicely.
Yep. There's something players when they have that knacked around on the top of the goal, she knows where to be, when to be. They just find themselves in good positions, and she definitely, you're right, she peeled off at the right moment, let Lily cut in front of her, and just let the defenders keep going and kept her space.
I think she wanted to hit that on that second touch, and it just got caught on her foot. That third touch was just a little enough time for Henry Clay to defend. Because from that spot, you kind of expect Brooke to put it away.
Going to need to see a little bit more in these last few minutes from Henry
4
Clay.
minutes. I don't feel like we've seen a tactical change, maybe. They still look like they got 4 in the back. I thought they might try to get an extra player forward.
I was either expecting that or probably around the 10-minute mark. I was expecting Kenny to drop in and just let those two really work together. Ellie Stovall, I was expecting to see those three in the middle of the field.
Quick throw in here. They're in the final third. She's trying to get a cross in. Not a bad idea, but no one on that back post, and so I
think that ball's got to find the corner of the 6 as well. Allow the goalkeeper to have to come off the line. Allow your forwards to be able to slash in there. But she does the right thing. You know, she's back to goal. She gives a little shake, and then she's able to get that cross off. It's just a little too direct.
So 3:14 on the clock. Clock stops with substitutions, and we just lost power.
That's not going to be a technical difficulty on the.
We are still here, folks. We have lost the lights to the facility. 2 minutes, 3 minutes and 14 on the clock. The PA announcer just joked that they forgot to pay the electric bill, but hang tight with us. They have it's a very nice facility. They have LED lighting, so I wonder if there's some kind of timer at 10 o'clock. I bet there's a 10 o'clock timer, and that timer just went off, so hopefully everyone's safe. It's amazing how dark it gets.
Yeah.
There we go.
There it is. If I'm Henry Clay, I'm using that as a quick tactic.
Yeah. The question is could you see anything? And
no,
so
I thought we lost. Were all like walking around.
I thought we lost power for a minute. It went so dark and so black, but we did not. So 3:14 remaining on the clock.
If you're Lafayette, you're so close. If you're Henry Clay, you've still got a chance. You just need one.
Yeah, you just got to get numbers forward.
This is where if you're Lafayette, it's one thing to be able to score, to be able to lead the whole game, but you have to be able to close a game. And, you know, a leader like Sarah Hall, I think I look at Jamie Cottingem. She's been fantastic this whole game in the middle of the field. These players have to close the game.
Good little touch there. This is Dahlhair.
This is where you're going to see it right here. Just keep possession. Dahlhair is very smart. Don't rush play.
Good turn from Gamble.
I'd find Dahlhair
She's got
again,
Dahlhair in the middle. She can't quite get there. Good idea, though. Gamble going to get called for a foul there, so we'll have a free kick for Henry Clay.
Give those fouls up if you're her there.
Definitely. Get numbers back.
Sarah Hall coming up.
Again, I mean, Lafayette has won those 50-50 balls, and they've won a lot of the second balls as well. Here's another one.
I'm interested to hear from Coach Taylor Roden just the tactic on that, because it's not just a coincidence. You know, they've clearly trained that.
Tippy to Dahlhair. She frees Gamble down the right side.
You don't have to force it if you're Gamble here.
She beats that first. This is Dahlhair cutting it back to the left.
Great physical play.
No call.
There's an
Referees waving get up.
Sure.
It was close. There were hands, I think, from both sides, and I think that's what makes that call difficult.
The last thing, though, is going to be at the feet, you know, of Dahlhair, if she's able to draw that. If she gets the final touch and number 2
I couldn't tell. We're at 1:12 on the clock. Henry Clay battling, but Lafayette maintains possession, and they will just clear down line. Now, I will say that the official was right on top of that. He had a good look at it. It looked like they were both arm fighting, but like you said, he may have had a better view at it than us. We're 40 seconds away.
The referees tonight, right?
Yeah. Hey, listen. It's not an easy job. I know you do it at the professional level. I do it at the amateur level. And
players thought the ball was out of bounds there. You know, if you're Dahlhair.
This is Dahlhair. She's going in attack mode. Gets to the right.
I was going to say, you almost maybe. I'm not fond of taking it to the corner, but I was going to say you've got some players.
15 seconds here. This is going to be a difficult battle.
She's trying to put the nail.
She was trying to put the nail in the coffin, and she may have done it just with forcing the goal kick. Yeah. Ball bounces. 3 seconds. And Lafayette, the Lady Generals, first time in 15 years they make the region. Now they make the regional final, and BJ, they will have a tilt for the 3rd time this year. They will face the Lady Knights of Lexington Catholic, the defending region champs.
I haven't gotten to see Catholic play this year, but I do know a lot of the personnel, and I think you're going to run into, if you're Coach Taylor Roden, it's now a tactical game. You've got players, you've got talent. Catholic's got talent. You know, they've clearly been successful all year, and now you get 3 bites at the apple, and it's like there comes a really smart tactic that's got to be talked about in the build-up to Thursday. You can't change what you are as Lafayette. I don't think they should. They've got to be really, really on top of those second and third balls, winning possession, but they have to make some adjustment because clearly Catholic's been successful in something. And again, I wish I could give more insight.
I will tell you that today was the first time I got to see them play a full game. You know, they're very nice. They were great on set pieces. Scanlon, I think, was her name. She had a hat trick, maybe even 4 goals. There was one that was bang, bang.
Yeah.
But I agree with you. I think, you know, it's going to be interesting to see what Lafayette does. They lost 2-0 in districts. I think they lost 3-0 in the regular season. So does Coach Roden change things up a little bit? Do they stay with the 3-5-2? So you'll have to check back on Thursday. I know you're going to be on the road in Salt Lake, Utah, so maybe you can catch us on the stream.
Yeah, I'll have to chime in.
For Henry Clay, great year. Again, they fall short in the semifinals, but nothing to take away from those young ladies. Great year, and they gave Lafayette all they could handle tonight.
Absolutely.
Well, thanks
for having me on. It's been fantastic, and obviously very excited for GS Footbox Lexington to support local, like what you guys are doing, the initiative. You know, that's what we're all about. We're here for all players, all teams.
Absolutely. Well, you guys can find us on the website. I know we just had it up, kybsn.com. We've got the rest of our schedule. We'll be back here Thursday for the regional final. It's going to be a great matchup, rematch of the district championship, Lafayette versus Lexington Catholic. Lexington Catholic, the defending champions. Lafayette, the new kids on the block. But we thank you for joining us. For Bo Craycraft, I'm and Coach Ben Hall Valpenheim.
That's correct.
Yes.
Thanks so much, guys. Thanks for having me.